All right, third grade, this is our third lesson for this week. We are continuing to talk about weather and climate. So in our last video, I asked you to write in your science notebook, what is the difference between weather and climate? If you will remember from our video from Generation Genius, we learned that weather is the day-by-day variation of the atmosphere's condition locally. So when we talk about the weather, we talk about what is happening today. So if today it is sunny and warm, that is the weather for today. Or maybe it's a day where, like we had last week, where it snowed, that would be the weather. Climate is the variation of weather conditions over long periods of time. So since certain weather is common in an area over a long amount of time, it is considered to be the climate for the area. So for example, in Nebraska, in our winter, we know that we're going to see snow and we know that it's going to be cold. We know this because this has happened every year for a long time. That would be our climate for winter in Nebraska. In some areas, there may not be snow in the winter, so their climate for the winter would not have snow in it because for many years, they have not had snow as part of their weather in the winter. So for our activity, you're going to use your science notebooks again, and I want you to make this table. And if you need to turn your notebook sideways, you can turn your notebook sideways, but I want you to label each square for a season. So you can see that I have labeled winter, spring, summer, and fall. So I want you to draw what is the climate like in Nebraska for each of these seasons. So it is spring right now. What is spring usually like in Nebraska based on what we have had year after year after year? Same with winter, same with summer, same with fall. If you have extra time and you want to do a little bit more, you could go back to weather.com, find a different location, and or do some research on a website anywhere that you are allowed to go to, and find a different place that you could find the climate of. So maybe you want to know the climate of a place in China or a place in Africa or in Mexico. You could do some research. Find out what it is like there in the summer, in the spring, in the winter, and in the fall. And do another graph drawing pictures to show what the climate is like in those locations. And I think you're going to find, just like we saw in the video, the climate is a lot different in various places on Earth. It is not all the same type of climate that we have in Nebraska. So I hope that you can take some time to get this done, and I hope that you are keeping up on all your work and staying safe and staying well. As always, if you want to share your work with me, I'd love to hear from you. And if you just want to say hi, as always, please just send me an email. I will respond back to you. But I will be sending you more videos for next week. Bye.